Hello everyone, my name's Connor Hoffman and today I'm here to show you how to build another one of my MOCs. This time it's Toa Konpaku by viewer request. Now even though he's not one of my most complicated MOCs, he is one of my most popular. So, if you haven't seen him before, you might want to check him out. His MOC page with backstory is in the description below. So, without further ado, let's get started with the MOC. We will begin with the legs. So, these legs are so simple that I can teach you how to build them piece by piece. We'll begin with this measure foot and this hand connector. Put them in together just like you would any other Lego set. Take this pin, stick it in the back hole, and then this Technic piece right in there to hold it in. That's the foot. Now let's do the lower leg. Take this 3-long pin, stick it in the top hole so it pokes out 2 lengths, and then take this Technic piece and then put it all the way through, and then this axle with a stud on the end, stick that through there, and then in the back take this bow rock eye and fill in the gap right there. That's the lower leg. Don't worry, it won't look like that on the final MOC. And then finally, just assemble this like you would any other Lego set. And then put all the parts together, and you have the leg. Obviously you'll need 2, so there you go. Next we'll do the arms. Now for the arms, these are also very simple, so part by part instructions. Let's start with this Hero Factory bone. We're going to need the one with the hole in the middle and a socket on one side and a ball on the other. We'll take 2 Lego studs, fill in either hole, and then obviously Hero Factory armor. Snaps on like that. Now the lower arm, we'll greeble this up a little bit, add a couple hand connectors onto the little minifigure handle sized pistons on the side of the Metru torso, like that. And then we'll take this white conversion matrix, whatever you want to call it, put this Technic piece on it, and then just fill in the hole, like that. And then his hands are just simple hand connectors. Oh, and this is upside down. And then that's the arm. You'll need 2. Mirrored, of course, so like that. Now, let's move on to the waist. Here's where things start getting fun, or painful, depending on your standpoint in the purist versus non-purist argument. Anyway, here's the leg, the waist, I mean. Let's start with this. We'll take a 3-long pin, stick it right through the middle of the vacu waist, like that. Now, let's take this conversion pin axle piece, and then this very useful piece, put them together, and just jam that in the side right there. Yeah. Now, take this 1 long brush and this 3-long axle, stick it, fill in the rest of that till you get that. Now take this other piece, put it on like that. Now you have this. Now, let's take 2 of these pieces, and then these 2 pieces. Put them here, here, and then these 2 pieces here and here, like so. We'll take one of these 2 long pins, stick that there, and then this piece goes here, like so. Now let's take this ball joint Hordika neck piece, take a 4-long axle, stick that all the way through, and then this 3-long axle, stick that all the way through there. Now we got that. Take this Metru chest plate, stick it on the front, and then these two pins, stick them on either side, like that, and then this really tiny Technic lift arm right there. Now we're almost done. You will need one additional part though, and this is where people start hating me. You are going to need a Paraka spine with the skull cut off, right there. If you can find a way to build this MOC without that, because I sure as heck couldn't, feel free to build your own version and share it with me, because that would be most entertaining, but this is my solution and I'm living with it, and I quite enjoy how he looks with it, so that's how it is. We're going to take these two rubber bands, run them around the first spine, and then take it over the front like this, and just put it around the lift arm like that, and over the ball joint. So it basically sits in perfectly right there. Next, we'll take the other rubber band, and then just hook it around that ball joint, wrap it around the spine in the back, and then around the front again. So like that. And that's the waist. Moving on, now for the torso. This is like the one complicated part of the MOC, so this is why it's not piece by piece instructions. Feel free to pause the video now and build what you see here. The less obvious stuff you will be shown how to build during the actual build, so no need to worry. Let's get started then. Take these two chunks here, snap them together like so, with the hole on the top between those two long pins, or axles. Then you'll take these two mirrored hand connector constructions, snap them on like so, and then let's take this whole thing right here, slide the axle through the hole back there, and then take one of these half brushings, stick it on the end to hold it in place, like so. Now we're going to take this construction right here, and this construction right here, and set them down. Now let's take these two things and snap a 1.5 long pin in either hole, like so. Now, on the side that has the ring around it, you're going to take this hand connector piece, slide that in on either side. Actually, you're going to take this, put it here first, then put it on the other side, like that. Now, let's take this and combine them right there. Take these two Metru armor pieces with the brushings inside and put one on either side to hold it in. Now, we're going to take this really long axle, I believe this is 6 long, and take a half bushing, put it right here. Next we'll take this Anika armor piece with that one little Technic piece inside right here. Slide this through the top hole all the way in, and then take another half bushing and slide that all the way down, like so, on the inside of the armor. Now, take this axle, stick it through the bottom hole. Actually, first take these two Borak eyes, fill in the inside of the armor like that, and then put that through the hole, like so. Once that's in, you take these two Technic pieces, put them on either side, and then snap the pin in on the inside like that. That should hold that in place. And finally, in order to construct the torso, we're going to need our waist we just built. And go ahead and snap the waist articulation ball joints together, like so. Now, you're going to want to slide the paraca spine down a little, paraca spine, and fit it in the torso like that. Next, take this Technic piece, put it on the pin, and then slide that in as far as you can. That'll hold the paraca spine in place, and then take this piece, just pop it on top, like so. And finally, the Hero Factory shield. All that's together. Take these two bushings and put them on the side of each of the hand connector. And now you have the torso and the waist connected, all in one. And I might as well show you the head right now. It's basically just a Metru head with a short green brain, and then the mask is a white kakama with a little bit of Sharpie detailing along the details of the mask. Obviously just put the mask on the head and then snap the head in place. Go ahead and get your arms and legs. Well, the MOC's arms and legs. Snap the ends of the arms on the top. You know what I mean. Put them in like that. And then the legs, you know where they go. Here and here. And then finally, take the paraca armor, or the paraca spine, bring it down, and connect it to the front of the leg, right there. Obviously do it for both sides. And now, you have Konpaku. He won't fit in the frame. There. Konpaku. Yay. Let's do his weapons, and then we'll show you how to build his ghost half. Here are his weapons. They are very simple. His ghost blade, just take two of these. Once again, very useful pieces. I don't know what else to call them. Stick them in the bottom of this Gorast wing, and we'll make it into a nice katana. Let's put a 4-long connector in there, and then this Technic piece, and just fill in the rest of the axle with yellow half bushings. It makes a nice hilt texture, or a nice hilt look. And that's what will connect to his hand. And then his short sword is just the black Kopaka sword from Star's Scrawl. Take a 3-long pin, or axle, this connector, and then voila, handle. And then now he's got his sword, both of his swords. I usually pose him with one sword with his ghost blade in his hand, and then on his back he has this pin sticking out. You can just snap the short sword on the back. Gives him a nice thing on over his shoulder and his sword. Now we'll do his ghost half. Here are the parts you'll need to build Konpaku's ghost half. Feel free to pause the video now and figure out how to build it, but it's really simple. We'll just start taking these Technic pieces, slide that pin in, or that axle with a stud on top all the way in, and just stick it in the underside of the Seneca armor, and it should stay in. Next, we'll take these two hand connectors and put one on the bottom here, and put the other one on the other side, like so. That should hold everything. That should hold that together. Now we're going to take this Mari cable and stick the hand connectors on the inside like that, and then these two minifigure hands on top the other way so they don't stick out so far, like that. Next we're just gonna smash these things together, put a half brushing on the top like so. Then we're gonna carefully put these die-cut ball joints in there and add the tails, and then finally put the ends of the Mari cable in there, and that's his ghost half. Feel free to construct a stand. There's a handy little connector on the bottom there, and this is just how I built mine. Very simple. And that's his ghost half. And now you are done. And so that's how you build Konpaku. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below, and I'll be sure to read them. I'm gonna start trying to do something new with these videos, where if you, yes, you, the viewer, build Konpaku or any of the MOCs from these how-to videos, from now on, post them, link them down below, and I will add a link at the end of the video in an annotation to your creation, or your video, or your MOC page, or whatever it is, for everyone to see. So, it's not just my creations out there, it's everyone's. So, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Please check out my MOC pages, suggest more how to builds for me using those MOCs, and I'll be sure to do whichever people want to see most. So, thank you guys once again for watching, and I'll see you next time.